Good morning, Facebook. This is Kristen Leduc, owner of Porch Nook, a decorative paint business located in Folsom, California. And I wasn't planning on going live today. I wasn't. But I'm putzing around in my garage, and I started working on a project that I have been wanting to get to for quite a while. And that I saw this super cute concept on Pinterest. I'm trying to figure out if it's going to be a success or if it's going to be an ultimate fail, but I've been wanting to do this for a while. So today what I'm doing is that I am just trying to figure out how to create the most stinking cutest baseball mason jars. So easy. So everyone's been fed, everyone's been walked, everyone is fine inside the house. So mama gets a little garage time this fine Sunday. So give me a shout out. Let me know how you are, where you're watching from in comments. So I'm just going to flip the camera around. I'm going to show you what I've been up to. Here we go. Just going to put you on my little clip. What do you think? If you can see this mason jar, like, give me a wow emoji button, will ya? So these basically are my prototypes. So I saw this concept of these, ball mason jars, pretty traditional, but we're a big baseball family. So I thought, oh, wouldn't it be so cute to make these baseball themed jars for like an upcoming baseball team party or something. Here I use one of my Porch Nook paint jars. It's a smaller version, and here is the larger version, the ball mason jar. So tell me, what do you think? Give me like a wow emoji or something, or an angry face. Let me know if you don't think this is just not a good idea. All right, so what I've been doing this morning is that I first took a mason jar, a regular clear mason jar, and I put 2 coats of my Old Faithful white chalky finish paint from Porch Nook, and on there, hey, thanks for the thumbs up, Claudia. I put a link in the subject title of this live of the Old Faithful white Porch Nook chalky finish paint, which goes directly on glass with absolutely no prep, no nothing. So stinking easy. Then what I did is that I went to, what was it, Michael's, and I got this neato, thanks for the heart emoji, thank you. I love those hearts. Warms my heart, that's for darn sure. Craft Smart red oil-based pen. What do you think? This is what I used for the stitching and for the lines. I really like it, and the reason why I like this particular pen is that it gives you both a, let me get you a close-up here, it gives you a fat edge as well as a thin edge. Let me know if you can see that okay. Love it. At first I thought it looked a little pink, but you know what? I realized I was just, micromanaging, I think, the project, and I realized when you step back and look at these mason jars, they look so, it looks red, it looks great. I think it's a winner. I really think this pen is a winner. I did provide you guys a link to Amazon where you can find this pen. It's actually in a set of 3 that you'll find in the link. But yeah, I just needed the red. Then what I did is that, I put the red dashes on there. I put the red line on there. And I thought, oh, how can I make it look more authentic? And what I did, a little bit more dimension, is that I took everyone's got one of these laying around, a Sharpie pen, right? Let me show you the tip of this guy. It's the fine point. See that okay? It's the fine tip Sharpie pen, black, and what I did is I added little ticks of black on the end of each stitch to make it, that illusion that's actually going inside the bottle, right? Like a real baseball stitch. So I got this far in the project. I really wasn't planning on going live, but I thought, hey, let's share. So now what I want to do is that I like the really clean baseball look. I do. But at the same time, I'm trying to experiment and figure out how to create more of a grubby used ball look. And so far, I gotta tell you, hashtag real life, I'm failing at this time. So what I did is I used a dark wax to see maybe if I could scuff it up, make it look really dirty. And I'll tell you what, with my oil-based pen, it kind of dissolves. See how it weakened the strength of my quote-unquote baseball stitching? Do you see that? Give me a thumbs up if you can see that. And I wasn't too happy with that result. So really, I'm stumped. I don't know what to do in order to make a more scuffed up look. So if you guys have some ideas out there on how I can achieve that, I would really appreciate your help. You know what? Kristen Leduc from Porch Nook, I don't have all the answers all the time, but my community, you guys really help me out in a lot of different ways. So your feedback would be really great. So what I figured is that maybe now, because I do need to seal them, anything that's painted with chalky finish paint has to be sealed. Doesn't matter what the brand is, always has to be sealed. So I'm figuring out, okay, a dark wax, straight on dark wax, or even a clear wax is just going to smear and smudge my oil-based pen. So that's not going to work, right? I mean, does that make sense? So I figured, all right, let's go with a water base sealant, and I'm going to use my polyacrylic by Minwax, my go-to. Let me find my can opener here. And I'm just going to apply it onto these cans here in a second. Are you guys wondering how I actually created the curve? You know, freehand, especially, I'm a big coffee drinker. I'm not really good. I don't have a really good steady hand sometimes. That's why I do shabby chic, you know, because to basically complement my caffeine habit. Isn't that funny? So let me show you real quick how I achieved these lines. I used a Frisbee. I did. I used a Frisbee. See that? To create my line. You know what? I'll do one right now before I start sealing and start experimenting. Here we go. Let me get my pen. Okay. You know what? Let's work on this one. It's got a cleaner surface. Here we go. All right, I'm going to get my pen. Again, there's a link to this live where you can find this pen. It's by Craft Smart. You can find them at Michael's if you happen to be heading out for errands this fine Sunday. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Let me know how you are. So this is my son's Frisbee, golf Frisbee. And I know I can't freehand this. It's going to look weird every time I do it. I can't even draw a heart, guys. My hearts look so weird. It looks like I'm like intoxicated. I just don't have a steady hand. It's crazy. So what I do is I just lay the Frisbee down. Oops, sorry honey, just marked as Frisbee. And I make sure I'm running with I've been experimenting. I want to make sure I draw my line with my thin angle, not my fat angle. Let me know if that makes sense. Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. And you just start from the top. Make sure I'm using my thin. And you just follow the Frisbee. Ta-da! So stinking easy. What do you think? Do the other side. Is it going to be exact? Am I going to have both of these lines, you know, like exactly centered and perfect? No. I'll tell you what. Do not let perfection, let me know if you agree, never let the idea of perfection slow you down or keep you from doing a project. There's no such thing. What do you think? So easy. And then what you do, now I realized I was doing straight lines for the stitching, but when you look at a real baseball, it's actually angled. You know, that's why it's important to test things out before you actually commit to a big bunch of these things. So I'm actually going to try to do a different type of stitch. Oh yeah, that looks more authentic. What do you think? It's not going to be perfect, guys. If you want perfection, go to a home goods store, right? And get something that was manufactured overseas. This is so fun. And it's such a great escape. Look at that. And then after I get done with this, what do you think? Then we're going to add a little tick of the black Sharpie marker, you know, just to create a little bit of a mirror image. I'm going to start where, you know, where the closest stitch is that I can mirror to kind of match the spacing from the previous one. Oops, that's probably a little too far, but that's okay. That's okay. Don't get hung up. Just keep going. Don't think, just do. Am I right? So you see the stitching there. Again, this is just my sample bottle, guys. I just realized I kind of like how I'm going to have all four sides here. I may just make an Etsy listing out of these guys. Who knows? They're so cute. I actually do actually repurpose people's fan blades, and I create basically baseball-themed baseball blades. And I could just add these easily to my Etsy collection of baseball-themed stuff. What do you think? Let me know where you're watching from. I see you guys popping up. Okay, so now I'm taking my trusty little Sharpie here, and I'm going to create an illusion of the stitch actually going inside the bottle. Does that make sense? It kind of creates like a shadow effect. I got my fine point Sharpie pen. See that? And sometimes the Facebook Live, the focus is not always the greatest. So I'm going to try to watch my focus at the same time I'm doing this. So what I do is I just color the tip. Oops. It's not drawing. Hold on. There we go. Oh. I had my cap, I'm so silly. I kept my cap off for a while and my tip maybe dried a little bit. Okay, let me see if I can get you a little bit closer. Can you see that? Let me know if you're having a problem with the focus. So I just draw a little bit on each tip of each stitch to create an illusion. Can you see that? Give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you can see that or not, okay? If you guys have any I'm just testing out this project this morning. I have a confession. I haven't brushed my teeth yet. Has anyone else have the problem where you just kind of get into a project and you just kind of forget about your personal hygiene? I have that problem. Perhaps I share too much. I'm trying to fix the focus here. Here we go. Perhaps if I had stronger lighting, maybe my focus would like me better. Is that going to work? Let's see if that helps our focus. Do you see how that creates the illusion of an actual stitch, like a shadow? Oh my God, I love it. I love it. So what I did is that on this side, I did every single side of every single stitch, created that little faux shadow. Let me know what you think. Love it. All right. So again, I need to seal these. These were painted with Old Faithful Porch Nook Chalky Finish paint. Again, there's a link to this subject title to this live where you can find the paint. I put it just directly on the glass jar, as is. 2 coats, ready to go. Then I applied my red pen right from Craft Smart. You can also find this at Michael's. I also provide you guys a link on this live where you can find it. Now I was thinking about, I like a really shabby looking baseball jar, and I tried a dark wax on it, and what it did is it actually smeared and it reduced the impact of the color of my oil-based pen. I should have known better, you know, it's true. I should have understood that wax and oil, they could very well smudge one another. So what I'm thinking now, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to test out sealing these with a polyacrylic, which is water-based. So let's do this. So again, I have my Minwax polyacrylic. Sorry, I don't have a link to my polyacrylic on this live, but if you go to Amazon and just, you know, search Minwax polyacrylic, you are good to go. It comes in different types of sheens. This is the flat look. Oh, you know what? I forgot to stir it. All right, stir my Minwax. Can't forget that. Whatever you do, do not shake your polyacrylic, guys. You know why? Write something in comments if you know why you do not want to shake your polyacrylic. Bubbles, folks. Bubbles, ladies and gentlemen, they are your enemy when it comes to sealing with polyacrylic. And when you shake it, you create bubbles. I always use a foam brush whenever I apply my polyacrylic. I think it's the best way of applying it. Minwax does try to upsell you a nylon brush to go with it. They're polyacrylic, and I'll tell you what, it creates more bubbles. You don't want that. Oh, see, the polyacrylic's working. It's not creating a smear effect. Let me work on my focus. Sorry, there we go. Focus is better now. Can you see it now? My wax, an oil-based pen with the wax, it just created a smearing, like clouding effect of my stitching. But the polyacrylic, it's not touching my pen work. Love it. So I'm still kind of stumped as to what I'm going to do to create more of a scuffed ball look. You know, one that's been in the baseball field and used for, you know, like a couple of summers. Really loved by kids playing baseball, but right now I can at least achieve a nice, clean baseball look. Yeah, I'm all about the rustic look. I love rustic looks, but today we're going to have to stick with clean. If you guys have recommendations as to how I can create a scuffed look, I would love to hear it. You know what? And now that I'm talking to myself, I realized now you can actually combine a polyacrylic sealant with a wax sealant, only if wax is used last. That's an easy phrase to remember. Wax is always last. So maybe after I actually protect my red stitching with a polyacrylic, which is water-based, and then maybe I could put my dark wax on top of the polyacrylic to create that scuff look. Does that make sense? Without having to create this smearing effect, because again, the polyacrylic will be protecting my quote-unquote stitching. So that's what I'm working on today, guys. Oh gosh, I love how it pops after sealing. I have to tell you, what's your favorite part of painting furniture or decor? Mine is sealing the piece, because that's when color and all the detail really pops. What do you think? So that's what I'm working on today, guys. That's what I'm working on. So I'm gonna put my polyacrylic away now. I've sealed 2 sides of this little sample jar to test out if I like how the polyacrylic works with it. I'm gonna let that dry, and then I'm going to test two sides. I'm just going to flip you around here. 1 second, sorry about that. Then I'm just going to test out putting a dark wax on one of these sides just to see how it behaves. Oh my God, I love it. It's so cute. It's so stinking cute. I love it. Okay, you guys, that's it. You guys have a Facebook. Have a great Sunday. It's going to be 100 degrees here in Folsom. Hot. So my time in the garage is limited. You guys take care. And I'll show you guys like a couple of pictures, right? Maybe later today on Facebook. What do you think? Let me know if you like that idea. Take care. Stay cool. Bye.